Okay, we're doing another wedding this weekend. I just wanted to show this because this is where Jane and I got married. Jane works at the estate farm shop. She's the head of the kitchen, and this is the estate house. So the folks are getting married down there. We actually got married inside in there, but I just wanted to show. So it's been a while since we've seen this. We used to live kind of over the back of these trees. Cool. Okay, so I'm at this wedding, and one of their storerooms has got a heap of old school games, like this one, Space Lanes. A heap of stuff. Let's have a look at this Space Lanes. There's an old school Mastermind there, like. That looks fancy. It's so warm in here. But we got this one, Spears. It's in the bag. That looks kind of cool. That's 60s. I really like Spears board games. Denny Fisher's Hotel. I've never heard of it, but here's Escape from Colditz. I've got a copy of this. I wonder if this one's got all the pieces, because mine's missing a few. There's one called Formula 1, but this Escape from Colditz is a great game. I figured out why I'm so sweaty. Look how close I am to this light bulb. Ridiculous. But yeah, so what else is in here? All this stuff. The Doll's House Emporium. But yeah, there's shotgun shells in here. These must be gun cupboards, shotguns. So I don't know if bullets should be kept at temperature. I really don't know, but it's fucking warm in here. Yeah, anyway, I just wanted to show off the Escape from Colditz. That's a sweet game. Hey, how's it going? So I've been reading comic books all morning. So Comics sent me a link to an online comic book website called readcomiconline.to. But I've just read, this week I've read all the Zombie Tramp books up to issue 35 of the current series. So that's amazing. I think I'm going to see. I'm going to start picking up Zombie Tramp from issue 36, I think. And I also read Tom King's Vision story, and that was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. One of the best series I've read for a long time. So I know there's some other Marvel series. They don't necessarily have to be Marvel, but I'm looking for some recommendations. Finn's sleepy, look. I'm looking for some recommendations. I know there was a Hawkeye run that was really good. And I'm trying to think of another one. There was a Jeff Lemire one, maybe. Oh no, there was a Moon Knight one. I don't know if it was necessarily Jeff Lemire. That was also quite well received. So if anybody's got any recommendations for some series, I should look up. It's really cool just sitting with this thing on the tablet and just scrolling. I can just tear through the comics. So any recommendations, please, in the comments for some comic book series I should be reading. Anyway, let's go and see what we picked up this week. I actually got some books this week. Yes, hello. We've got some. We've got a couple of records, but nothing crazy. And we've got some comics, so that is sweet. So let's do the comics first. Okay, so I think last week I'd never even got any comics at the weekend, so they didn't arrive till Monday. But there's Purgatory, at number 10. Kevin O'Neill just kills it every time with his covers. There's always about 5 or 6 covers, obviously, because it's an Avatar book, but I just go for the Kevin O'Neill, and it does me fine. Look, like bite marks in there. Harrow County 24. I'm waiting for this to start picking up again. But yeah, it's still a really great book. The 1,000 Yard Stare, Bulletproof Coffin. This was fantastic. I wanted it to be longer. I expected it being a one-shot for it to be a slightly bigger book, but it's not. It's just a standard size. But great story. Shaky Kane's art is fantastic. There was an advert in the back for another Shaky Kane comic. I want to say it was called Beef. Let's have a quick look here. Oh, there's the back cover, Coffin Fly. Awesome. Oh yeah, right there, The Beef. I'm into it. So we'll see what that's like when it comes out. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting to it. Detective Comics 958. Any Zatanna fans? I'd recommend this book without giving anything away. The cover is a bit shit. I'm not sure who did it, but Batman just looks like he's given up halfway through drawing himself, so I think that's what's happened. I got this after watching the 9.2 Cruise video, live stream, whatever you call it. First appearance is Static. It's sealed it's in a poly bag. So yeah, I got that. I wanted was it Nightingale first appearance or something like that? I'm looking into getting one of those as well. I've got one on a bid just now. But yeah, I picked this up. I can't even remember what they said about it. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning when I was watching it, so everything was just getting bid on left, right, and centre. But yeah, I think already, like, I got this for a couple of pounds. I think I actually paid more to get it shipped to me than I paid for the book. Already that's going. People are asking, like 15 quid for it. I don't think they're going to get it, but it's nice to know that, something you've got is becoming valuable, I guess. This is the last book from that. Oh no, it's not, but this is the last book from that package, The Forge Dark Days. This was amazing. This was my book for last week. This was so good. They showed off a heap of stuff in here actually, but the main thing was the Cosmic Tuning Fork, which I thought was cool. There's some stuff in here I don't really want to show, but like, you need to go and read Crisis on Infinite Earths if you've not read that to kind of get more out of this book. Everybody's in it. But yeah, he's got like his own special room in the Fortress of Solitude that he's told Superman not to go into, never to open, and he's made a special key for this lock and fired it into the sun. So the only person that can open it is Mr. Miracle. So he gets Mr. Miracle to open the room, and inside is one of the Cosmic Tuning Forks. He's managed to get hold of one somehow, either during the Crisis on Infinite Earths or during Final Crisis. How he's managed to do that when he was dead, I've got no idea. But he's got one anyway, so there's some really sweet stuff in it in this book. Duke Thomas, basically the best thing that he's ever done, chins Hal Jordan, absolutely smacks him one. Brilliant. That's basically the only thing Duke's ever done that even made me feel anything, and when I did feel something, it was delight, so fair play to him. Hawkman, which I was a little bit upset about because obviously he's dead, but I'll put right here the checklist for the metal storyline, all the one-shots and tie-ins. So I'll put the checklist here, but it actually gives the game away a bit, so check it out. But yes, so that's it anyway. If you haven't read The Forge, or if you don't have The Forge, go and get it and get ready for the casting coming out next month, and then all hell breaks loose, and we've got all the books, every book. So that's cool. So many cool little Batman one-shots that I'm really looking forward to. Some of those like Teen Titans tie-ins and stuff. I'm just going to have to keep this whole metal storyline on its own and have them in there so I don't get confused as to why I have all these random issues. Okay, so books I got this week. Royal City #4. I love Jeff Lemire, and if he's drawing, I say this every time I'm sure, but if he's drawing and writing the book, then I'm all over it. Batman #25. I read this morning. I just want the next one already. Yeah, Tom King. I wasn't that fussed with him, if I'm honest, but after reading that Vision book, I've got a lot more. Maybe I get him more. But this was really cool, and I'm looking forward to see what's happening next. He's kind of fairly hit his stride now. This, which I wanted to mention because I got an issue 24, first printing. I don't know if that's going to focus for you, but whatever. Just, it is first printing, you can tell by the cover. But they kind of, I think DC have played funny buggers with all of us, because when this came out, so this was out this Wednesday, so this would have been 2 weeks before, start of the month, whatever. Britain never got any copies of this book at all. And then there was all those news articles saying that this book had sold out at the printers and was going to second print and everything. But we still never had any. This book, the first print of this book came out this week in the UK, same time as 25. But the second print also came out. So a lot of the companies, like I bought one of these back, you know, when it was supposed to be coming out. So I got mine for cover price. But this same company that I bought this of was selling issues of 24 for $7.50, which is like 3 times cover price almost. And they were selling the second print variant for £5, which is double cover price. But I think DC have, there's no way they were sold out. There's no way they were sold out because I've got a first print right here. So unless they fucked it up and didn't print enough, so only North America got copies, and they've printed again. So this isn't actually a first print because they can print again and it still be like this. It doesn't make any difference. But they've just kind of gone off their own mistake, because there's no way they said they're sold out but they've kept, you know, 20,000 copies to send over to the UK. It just doesn't work like that, I'm sure. So I think they've fucked us over and they've built a bit of a monster out of their own book, if you see what I mean. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Still, it was a really good story. This one and the Swamp Thing issue 23 I thought were both brilliant. Just going to be interested to see what happens with this and this, because it's still kind of, it's almost like Bruce is retelling this story. I know this story's early on, it's happened like even before the Rebirth started, if you see what I mean. Anyway, it has already happened when Rebirth started, but yeah, this and this, so really, really good. And then I've got it out the bag and board because I'm just about to read it. All-Star Batman 11, which is being cancelled at issue 15, I think. I don't know. I'm a little bit upset. I would have liked for this to have been better. But Snyder's still going to be doing Batmans. He's doing one with Sean Murphy, which I'm excited about. And he's doing one with Paul Pope, which is going to be amazing. So yeah, that's all the comics. Let's go and see what records I got. Hello, so we're back again with some records. Obviously they're going to be Beatles records. Here is With the Beatles. This is their second album. Nice big chunk missing out of it here. And the back. The back's had tape on it at some point which has come off, which is like deteriorated. But it's a monocopy, and it's a very nice monocopy, so I'm happy with it. The thing that everybody seems to be worried about, which doesn't bother me, but now that I know, I'm happy, is these inserts. They're called Emtex, Emitex. Says it right there, Emitex, and they've got like anti-static kind of film inside. So anyway, that's their second album with the Beatles. And I also got their fourth album, Beatles for Sale, So Hard Day's Night's in between these two. And this is also a very nice copy on mono. So yeah, really pleased with this. This one's actually a gatefold, but the gatefold's on the the sleeve is on the inside. So I just keep the record like in between this, because it's a bit of a nightmare having to fanny about with it the whole time. But yeah, there we go. So that leaves one record to get on my Beatles list. Where is it? And that is their 5th album, Help, which I'm not hashing about because I think I've got it sorted. So hopefully in the next couple of videos we'll show the very last Beatles for my collection, and that'll be it. It'll be all done, which is fine because this bloody Dark Knight Metal thing's gonna start, so I'm gonna save any extra record money to buy extra books that month, or for the next to the end of the year. I think it's gonna last. Mental. And then we've got the Doomsday bloody Watchmen Superman thing. That'll be happening in October or November, whenever it is. Just whatever. But yeah, so anyway, that's everything for this week. I appreciate you guys watching. Finn's falling asleep. Oh, you're awake, buddy. You're awake. Oh well. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll see you for the next one. Take it easy.